Welcome everybody in here to Delaware Live Sports. Game number 2 of the D1 Showcase here on Delaware Live. It's Bonner Prendie and William Penn, a battle of Pennsylvania and Delaware.
Whoever this guy is that's running the stream needs to figure it out, Nick.
Hey, we all have those days. As Jackson now in the corner, 5-2, 5:30 to go in the opening quarter. It's all 5 points for Bonner Prendie coming from Corey Francis. He had a floater in the lane and then an and one on a mid-range jumper. And then it was Andy Webb that was driving and finishing for William Penn. So 5-2, 2.5 minutes in, a turnover here. I was going to give ball back to the Colonials. But it's going to be a fun one here. It was a fun one in game number 1. It was St. Andrews and Eagle Academy. Eagle Academy pulling away late in the fourth quarter. They win by double digits. And now game number 2 here between two great programs. William Penn, the state championship just a few years ago under head coach Gary Lumpkin, who, of course, we all know had success as a player.
And then, got to note it again. The Colonials are young. You got 2 seniors in Ramirez-Velez as well as Webb, number 2 and number 14. And then 3 freshmen in the starting lineup. Number 11, Elijah Coates. Number 1, Kendall Riley Garlick, and number 0, Aaron Whitaker. So it's a young group for the Colonials, but these guys are out here. They're playing fearless against Bonner Prendie.
In the corner, that's up and cashes out. A 3 for Andy Webb. And now it's been the Andy Webb versus Corey Francis show early on. They've exchanged buckets 5-5.
Showing some pressure. Friars trying to navigate through it.
Jackson for 3. That one no good as 2 Colonials hit the deck. They're able to help each other up and get back on defense. But a second chance here for the Friars. On the floor, right to the basket, scooping and scoring is Devin Nelson.
Nice work by Nelson. Good drive, good finish.
Pressure now, beat by the Colonials, 7-5, halfway through the first quarter. Tipped and stolen. And pulled back now by Quelly Jackson. 3 Jacksons in the starting lineup, Pat. Here for the Friars, you've got Cam Jackson, Quelly Jackson, and Tyseer Jackson. That 3 is up for Cam Jackson. No good long off the back end of the rim. Coates. Dishes back. Here's Ramirez now. Ramirez spins, turns, fades, short on the jump shot. Some contact underneath and a whistle and a foul against. It will be the Colonials.
Yeah, it looked like that might have been partially blocked on the way up. Tough shot for Velez there. Trying to get that one off. I'm a little bit behind on the clock, folks, so I know it's running. That's so we can try and catch it up.
3:26 and ticking. 7-5 game here early on between Bonner Prendie and William Penn at the D1 Showcase. Here's Francis. He's got 5 points for Bonner Prendie, and then the offensive foul.
Good defense. The youngster Kendall Riley Garlick. Good ball pressure right there and was just able to get under the skin of Francis. He didn't really appreciate all that defense on him right there.
Inbound to Elijah Coates. William Penn 1-0 as we mentioned as this 3 is up and long. Rebound battled for underneath, taken right back by the Colonials. Guess who? Andy Webb. He's got all 7.
They're scrappy, and this is William Penn's identity under head coach Gary Lumpkin. And they are going to scrap. They're going to play hard the entire time.
In a championship appearance a few years ago for this school. Good ball movement here, leads to a 3 in the corner, and it's up and through. Cam Jackson knocks down the triple.
It's a big-time 3.
Trapping Ramirez here, trying to force the turnover. They do. Francis, underhand, looking up ahead to Nelson. Couldn't hang on.
How about that? Good deflection. Once again, that was Riley Garlick with the quick hands.
And Bonner Prendie going to settle into that pressure again. Here comes Jakeem Carroll, the sophomore, checking into the game for the Friars. His first taste of game action tonight. As well as a teammate, I believe Aiden Scott, also into the game. Deeper bench for Bonner Prendie, and now an offensive foul that goes back the other way. This one going to go against Ramirez-Velez.
Tough one. Tough one there. Good defense, though. The ball pressure's been there for both teams. It's been a fun game so far this first quarter. Been entertaining.
Almost 2 minutes left in quarter number one. 10-7 lead for Bonner Prendie.
Little zone look here from Penn, Nick. It's looking to make the Friars move the basketball.
Nelson trying to feed it down low, had some velocity on as he tried to get it to Aiden Scott, but once again through the fingertips of a Friar and out of bounds.
It's an unforced error. That's what you want.
Nelson heads to the bench for Bonner Prendie, and in comes Quelly Jackson yet again for the Friars. And good ball movement early on. And now a sub in here for William Penn. It's going to be Mordai Abi Jabir Johnson. So the 6'4 sophomore going to give some size to William Penn, and a whistle and another foul on the floor with 1:44 to go in the quarter. 3 fouls here for St. Elizabeth's. That'll be the second for Bonner Prendie.
Yeah, Iban Jabir Johnson, he does give some size. That's a big body out there. Only a sophomore, again, pointing to the youth of the Colonials.
Ramirez Velez,
Oh,
nice
wow.
job to get under him. Shot is up and through. Highlight play for Ryan Ramirez Velez. Got the defender off his feet, snuck underneath, and able to elevate and put it in.
They call that the hezzy? They call that the hezzy, Nick, I think. He did a great job keeping his dribble. Got his defender off the feet, and nothing but net.
Corey Francis spins out of a trap, gets downhill, and lays it in.
Nice work. Francis, he's smooth, he's patient with the basketball. He's got good size.
7 first quarter points for Corey Francis.
He's only a sophomore. We got a lot of young talent out on the court here in this game.
Under a minute to go in the first. Here's Webb. He's had a heck of a quarter. Velez. Webb elevates from the baseline. Too strong. No, bounces back through. Well, what a quarter for Andy Webb. He's got 11.
Nice work by Andy Webb.
30 seconds and ticking. 12-11 game. Back and forth we've been here in the first. In game 2 of the D1 showcase.
Oh, man-to-man look right here from Penn. They get out of the zone.
Jakeem Carroll back over to Cam Jackson. Will call for a screen. 9 seconds. Offensive foul. They're going to get a moving screen against Quelly Jackson.
Goes to the defense. And the Colonials are out here swarming, Nick. They're playing very good. They're communicating. And you can see the young guys are buying in. This whole team has bought into Coach Lumpkin. They're playing as one. They're communicating. They're talking. This is how you want to see ball played, man. 5
seconds and ticking as we end the first quarter. Spinning through contact, but there's the travel call, but not one you're going to disagree with.
Now that one was. And, you know, the youngster right there, it's a good move by Riley Garlick. But he did 1-2 and then spun 3-4. You got to call that.
1 second to get it off. Jackson at the buzzer and had a chance, but falls short. And that'll take us to quarter number 2. After one, it's 12-11. What a game to start here in the D1 Showcase. Bonner Prendie leading William Penn by 1. We'll be back with second quarter action here live from the St. E Center.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 20...
On to quarter number 2 here at the St. E Center for the D1 Showcase live here from Wilmington, Delaware on Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini alongside Pat Garianis and Nick Halliday. Hollywood on the camera. Mike Lang has left the building. And we're on to quarter number 2 of game number 2. It was a very entertaining first quarter between Bonner Prendie and William Penn in a PA versus Delaware clash. 12-11, Pat. We got a 1-point game.
We do. It's good. And again, Penn is so young. I'm really impressed with these guys. They're not playing timid. They're not making mistakes. They're doing pretty good. And the two seniors have been great for them so far, in Ryan Ramirez-Velez and Andy Webb.
Good defense underneath. I believe going to be a jump ball into the game again is Mwad Jabir Johnson, who tried to go up strong but got tied up, and now possession error is going to give it to the Friars.
Here we go again, talking on defense, a lot of movement. It's a young team that's buying in.
Francis, how about that scoop and score, switching hands and evading the defense and getting it to go.
Hey, Corey Francis is impressed. Only a sophomore, Nick, another youngster with a lot of skill in this game.
14-11 after the main basket. 4 field goals for Francis so far here in the first half. Here's Riley Garlick. Hands off to Whitaker. Whitaker, a little bit of size advantage there on Scott. Can't get it to go, and now here come the Friars in transition. Cam Jackson, too strong. The putback rolls up and through by a trailing Devin Nelson.
Good work by Nelson to follow the play. Don't give up on it in transition. This is what you get with this Catholic League ball, man, up in PA.
Ramirez driving, missing that one. You're right about that. And we've had a luxury of doing, a lot of these teams over the years when they come down here and play in tournaments, whatnot. Seems like the other day when we had I believe it was Westtown, we had Derek Lively and
yeah.
some of those guys a few years ago, and get to see a lot of talent. 16-11 handoff to Ramirez. Ramirez for 3, and he cans it. His first triple tonight, and we talked about it, his 6th in that loss to Dover last week.
Perfect shooting form for this young man. I mean, he's got the ball right off the ear, perfect rotation, good snap of the wrist. That's why he's been consistent to start the year off.
Jackson passes up on a 3 in the corner. Nelson. He'll take a stab at one, too long. Good offensive rebound, but the travel called for by Ramirez-Velez, and he's going to get it as an extra step on the rebound. (16-14) after the Ramirez 3. And now the Friars settling into a zone on defense. Ramirez thought about it.
And you know what? I wouldn't blame him. Work the clock again. No shot clock in Delaware. So
again, yes, for all those that are just tuning in, if you missed game 1, no shot clock here in the state of Delaware. That'll be the case for the rest of the slate here at the D1 Showcase. Whitaker turns, fires off the mark. And guess who? Corey Francis can't finish in transition on the finger roll. Good defense by Jabir Johnson. And that leads to a tie-up on the floor. Possession arrow back to the Colonials.
Yeah, whistle's silent there. Good drive, just unable to finish.
9 points for Corey Francis. He leads the way for Bonner Prendie, and 11 for Andy Webb. So Elijah Coates back in for William Penn as Ramirez gets to take a breather.
Coates, one of them freshmen.
Hanging, couldn't finish, but through contact and earns himself a trip was Kendall Riley Garlick. So Riley Garlick going to head to the free throw line.
That's a good aggressive drive right there from this young man. You know, we did one of these, the Czech Rock Battle of the Classes showcases over the
That's
summer.
right. Yes.
These 3 young men were involved in it. And I remember Riley, Garlick, and Whitaker were kind of like the headliners on each team going at each other, man. It was a good day out there. Good to see them out here now on the high school floor.
Already making an impact.
Absolutely.
First free throw wouldn't go. The second one is up and in for Riley Garlick. Devin Nelson got the Venice Beach Kobe's.
I love that. I love when you call out the shoes, man.
Hop step inside, tries to get it to go off the window. No good. Contested defense underneath by Andy Webb. And then a whistle and a foul after the miss on Aiden Scott.
Really good job by Webb. Good positioning.
And Andy Webb in the
Energy guy.
KD4 Air Pearls as well. He's having himself a heck of a start to the ball game.
KD4 Air Pearls.
And I got those at home. KD4, my favorite basketball shoe besides the Reebok Question. And there is an extra step there. Got caught. Elijah Coates. He'll turn it over.
Is that from a style or comfort or performance standpoint?
Both.
Really?
All 3.
You know, the Kobe's were always highly
I did
revered.
like those as well. I had my favorite pair of Kobe's, at least that I had, was the 6s. But yeah, they've had some good shoes too. I just never I wore, maybe I just always wore the KDs growing, or questions growing up, and then the KDs when I was in high school and beyond. Even got a little bit of the Curry ones going on back then when Under Armour first released those. They kick it to the corner. Jackson gets it back up top, and they'll slow it down. Reset things here for Corey Francis and company. Francis trying to get downhill. Good defense by William Penn. Ball is tipped away. It's loose. And a tie-up going to keep it down this end of the floor, but tenacious defense by the Colonials.
Absolutely. I love what I'm seeing from them from an energy standpoint. Not intimidating these young guys. They're playing hard. Coach Lumpkin's got these guys bought in. And we say it about William Penn since Coach Gary Lumpkin has taken over. They will be a more dangerous team at the end of the year than they are at the beginning.
For sure.
And the fact that they've already begun this season with this kind of intensity, it's going to be fun to watch these young guys develop.
Corner 3, Devin Nelson able to rattle it in. Nelson's got 7. 3.5 to go here in the first half. 19-15. Ball in the hands of Elijah Coates. Looking to his coach for the play call. Coates' pass almost stolen. Now picked right back. Webb, open 3 in the corner, and he knocks it down. Andy Webb continuing a stellar first half here in the D1 Showcase.
Yes, he is.
Trying to answer is Nelson. He hit one a moment ago. That one doesn't go.
Andy Webb, this is impressive from this young man. He went from being just a reserve player, honestly, last season, and this is his coming out party here now. Senior leader on the young team.
Get it to the high post, looking for somewhere to go with it. That time was Riley Garlick, and now it's stolen away. Francis, he's been the hot man for the Friars in the first half, but he just lost it. Able to get it back. Will he call timeout? We'll have a tie-up. And now it'll belong to the Colonials this time. So Coates will walk it up as we approach 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the half. A 1-point game as William Penn now has a chance to take the lead. Coates has it stolen, except a double dribble call after the steal on Corey Francis.
It's a tough one to get going before you get the ball on the floor.
Ramirez back in for Elijah Coates. And Webb it'll be inbounded by Garlick. Had Jabir Johnson. He muffed it for a second. Able to get it back, but another tie-up, and this time we'll walk the floor to the other end. Possession to the Friars.
Good tie-up. Bonner Prendie, they're playing hard too now. These guys are trying to make some things happen. That's why we got ourselves a locked in game so far.
Into the corner, Cam Jackson. No good, and right off to the races goes Webb. Ramirez now to slow it down. Ramirez shies away from the Johnson screen. Webb moving it around, looking for an opening. Ramirez Velez has it, thought about it, works it around. Here's Webb. Just Colonials looking for an opening. Good defense by the Friars.
It is. Good zone here. There's the first attack against it, and look at that.
And one for Andy Webb. Andy Webb is controlling the first half.
Wow.
As he continues to dominate.
Energy. It's all energy from Penn. That's what stands out about this group. They're exciting so far. Coach Lumpkin's got to love what he's seeing.
16 points out of the 20 for Andy Webb. As he's gotten a point from Riley Garlick and that 3 from Ramirez Velez. But other than that, it's been a one-man show, at least offensively speaking, for William Penn. The team defense has been phenomenal. Overall, the Colonials are playing a great game. Just Webb happens to be the one scoring the points tonight. And then Bonner Prendie has been right there with them. They got out to the early lead. Devin Nelson's knocked down a few shots. Corey Francis has been fantastic. He's got 9. So it's going to be a fun rest of the way here at the St. E Center in this one. So 3 players on the score sheet for Bonner Prendie and 3 players on the score sheet for William Penn. All the scoring coming from those guys on each team here in the first half. And now some free throw, a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play for Webb. And just like every other shot he's taken so far here in the first half, that one's nothing but net.
He's been impressive, Nick. You've said it. All over the court so far.
Nice pass. Francis turns around and knocks it through.
Good play design right there. Get your best player the ball against the zone right in the middle of it. Nice mid-range, easy jump shot.
21 all, 30 seconds to go in the half. Riley Garlick with the left hand. 2 strong rebounds up for grabs.
That's the correct play. Just got to finish. That is the correct play, though.
18 and ticking. Final shot potentially here for the Friars as we are all tied up. Jakeem Carroll back up top to Cam Jackson. 5 to shoot. Jackson to Francis in the corner. It would have counted, but an offensive foul against Bonner Prendie.
Legal screen.
So it'll be William Penn with 4.3. Some defensive substitutions for the Friars. It'll be 4.3 seconds for the Colonials to work with here before the 2 teams head to the locker room. We'll see if William Penn can put up a shot and maybe take the lead before the break. Here we go. They'll get it into Ramirez Velez. 3 seconds, and they go it back. Riley Garlick, 1. Floats it up at the buzzer. It won't go, and that'll take us to the conclusion of the first half. And what a half it was. Back and forth we went, and it ends 21 all as we head to the break. It's Bonner Prendie and William Penn, Game 2 of the D1 Showcase. When we come back, we'll get you first half stats and then right to second half action here at the St. E Center in Wilmington, Delaware. 21 all here between Bonner Prendie
Barkley Heating and Air. Barkley's can work on all brands specializing in air conditioners, gas, oil, and heat pumps. Family owned and operated with over 17 years of experience. Licensed, insured, and a multiple-year First State Favorites winner. Barkley Heating and Air offers 24-hour emergency service with service plans available. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. Call 302-653-5971 for a free estimate today. John and Ginger Barkley are looking forward to serving the community. Find them on the web at barkleyheatingandair.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway, Blue Coast features indoor and outdoor dining and serves beautiful, simple food that highlights the flavors of Southern Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of craft cocktails and local beer, Blue Coast is the perfect spot for a night out. Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round for lunch and dinner. See you soon.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, you know, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the Raw Bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes. Whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
I'm Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware.
Back underway, second half action, and back underway for Aaron Whitakers. He starts the scoring just 5 seconds in, and he's got a baseline jumper to give William Penn the lead here in the third.
Refs weren't messing around. They put the ball on the court and said, we're starting, fellas.
Whoa, hey, you got to love that. But again, thanks for joining us. It's the D1 Showcase here at the St. East Center in Wilmington, Delaware. And this matchup is Bonner Prendie and William Penn in game number 2. It was tied up 21-all at the half, and a whistle as Francis is tied up underneath. Just to recap what we saw in half number 1, as I mentioned, we were tied up 21 at the break as Corey Francis, he led the way for Bonner Prendie. He had 11 points. Devin Nelson, he had 7, and Cam Jackson with 3. For William Penn, it was the Andy Webb show. He had 16, alongside Riley Garlick, who had 1, and Ramirez Velez, who hit a triple in that first half. So here is Francis. Jackson over to a Dysere Jackson. Unable to hit the 3.
Bodies flying all over the place, Nick.
Ramirez Velez stops on a dime in transition from the mid-range. The jumper is no good due to the contact, and now some free throws coming up for Ramirez Velez.
And this is right where Ramirez Velez be more than happy to deposit some.
Free throw for Ramirez Velez is up and through. Dysere Jackson will check out, and in comes Quell Jackson. And 2 for 2 from the line.
And Penn going man-to-man here. See what the Friars do offensively.
4-0 run to start the quarter for William Penn. That Francis pull-up 3 is blocked by Riley Garlick. It leads to a 3 in the corner, though, and that one is knocked down courtesy of Jakeem Carroll.
Hey, Carroll, right place, right time. Right? The air balls a lot of times end up right into the hands of the offense. They can track it the whole way. That worked out beautifully.
Ramirez calls out the play. Trying to get to the basket. Ramirez does.
Show man can play, man. I like what I see from him.
7 points for Ramirez Velez. 4 here in the first 2 minutes of the second half.
Plays under control, within himself, smart.
Tell you what, Riley Garlick defensively has been phenomenal for William Penn.
Yes, he has.
Devin Nelson trying to scoop and score. He draws the contact underneath. I believe that's going to be against Jabir Johnson. First team foul. It'll be a shooting foul and some free throws coming up for the 6'3" senior Devin Nelson. first free throw, rims out. He'll have another one on the way. And thanks for tuning in to the D1 Showcase here in Delaware. It's going to be 7 high-quality basketball games coming at you this weekend on the network. Second free throw for Nelson is good, so he splits a pair at the line.
Yeah, it's always great to have out-of-state guys come down here and take on our finest. And you know, Delaware is kind of like that little-known, we're the baby brother, right, of Philly and New York, even down in the DMC area.
A reach in as the Friars wanted to take it the other way. Friar faithful not happy on the far side of the floor. But the reach in going to keep it here. Second team foul against Bonner Prendie.
It's going to get lively, I feel like, here in this second half. We've got a
certainly
good crowd
did.
here right now.
It
for
did
this
in game 1. And there's the steal. Carroll has it.
Young guys, Sundays are going to get this with the young team.
Francis, nice anticipation,
Whoa.
then tried to elevate and then took some contact, no whistle. Andy Webb ahead of the pack. Webb found on his way up by Devin Nelson.
Riley Garlick was able to snag that ball from above on the block. Yeah, Bonner Prendie not happy with the lack of foul call on the other end of the floor.
So now some free throws coming up for Webb, and to that point has made no mistakes tonight. That's the first blemish on his score sheet. He misses the front end of the free throw trip. And misses that one as well. 0 for trip at the line for Webb. Francis, been quiet as of late, had a heck of a start to the game.
He's talented, folks, and he's only a sophomore.
Scored about 7 quick points in that opening quarter. William Penn did a good job of limiting him since that point, and that's due to the defense of Riley Garlick.
Yeah, this young man can defend, and, you know, that's translating right. Oh!
And on cue, though, there's Francis able to get his first clean look in a while. It's a finger roll down the middle of the lane.
In 2 years, that's a dunk for that young man.
I think maybe on the next attempt. Who knows?
That was a good drive.
You're right about that. Young group on the floor today.
Well, DeMatha has just entered the chat, folks. Yes, that DeMatha.
Oh, Webb, and Webb looking for the highlight play, but couldn't handle the pass.
On there, nice idea. Didn't catch it clean.
So we're back tied at 27 all. It was 21 all at the half, and that's how this game has gone, back and forth. Francis, Jackson, Carroll, Quell Jackson, and Devin Nelson on the floor. And for William Penn, it's Riley Garlick, Ramirez Velez, Andy Webb, Jabir Johnson, and Aaron Whitaker.
Somebody got to get these. Someone's got to.
Yeah, they're looking for a place to sit. Yeah,
to
somebody. Where are we at here? I think over there in the far left corner, maybe we can seat them. No, they're just going to have to making them leave now.
Our friend. Well, I think we're going to go sit out in the vestibule and then wait to get brought in.
Jackson, how about that acceleration? Nice. Hands off underneath. Couldn't be finished off by Quell Jackson on the Jackson to Jackson, but a chance to score points nonetheless on the whistle on the foul.
Really nice ball movement, though. Nice extra pass. And to the free throw line they go.
Chance to regain the lead for the Friars. So 2 free throws for Quell Jackson. And the Friars struggling from the line as of late. That one no good. They've missed their last 3. That one no good either. Approaching the 4-minute mark.
Again, Rasheed Wallace is out there saying ball don't lie somewhere, man.
Somewhere. I wonder where.
Simon Gratz, I think he's helping over at his old high school. I could be wrong there.
You imagine. That'd be pretty good.
Ooh.
And then a foul here against William Penn on the offensive side of things.
Illegal screen. They were going for the backdoor alley-oop again.
And it's to be take 2 here for DeMatha.
DeMatha coming in. Look at the size of these young men.
And it's going to be a shooting. That's the 5th team foul.
That is. Good call. I think it's an off.
But it was an off. That's right. It was an offensive foul. So you're right. Maybe we'll resituate here. A quick pause here to allow DeMatha to get through to the locker rooms. So next foul will be free throws for William Penn. Cam Jackson, nobody stopped the ball, and he gets right to the cup.
Good strong take.
5 points for Cam Jackson.
Friars retake the lead, Nick. So back and forth we go here.
Riley Garlick for 3. No good. Rebound to Devin Nelson. Quickly up ahead to Francis. He wanted the 3. And now Nelson getting downhill off the window.
That's beautiful. Beautiful basketball right here by Bonner Prendie. Settling in, getting out in transition, playing under control.
31-27, 3:22 still to go here in the third. A lot of basketball left here in game 2 of the D1 Showcase. As you take a look at the stat sheet, 17 points for Andy Webb. That is a game high. He also leads William Penn. And for Bonner Prendie, it's been Corey Francis. 13 points for the sophomore. And Devin Nelson after that basket now into double figures with 10.
Wow. Yeah, they've shared the rock, man. They've done a good job of settling in. William Penn kind of came back, threw some counter punches here to start the half off. But Bonner Prendie's done a pretty good job.
Timeout for William Penn, so out of the mini break. It'll be the Colonials trying to stop this run by the Friars. Now Ramirez Velez walks it up. That one's tipped off the hands of Carroll. Will stay down this side. I think DeMatha, or is that the Howard Wildcats cheerleading squad in the building?
That's Howard.
So the Wildcats are here, just a few weeks away from being out in the freezing cold at Abysinio Stadium in that championship football game. Aaron Whitaker lines up a 3. It's strong. Rebound taken by Jakeem Carroll.
Good hustle there. Friars is out hustling the Colonials right now to all the 50-50 balls.
And that's something you don't say a lot about Gary Lumpkin's squad, especially this William Penn team we've seen this year. What a crossover. Francis whips it up top to Cam Jackson. Jackson wants 3, and he finds it. Cam Jackson, second triple of the quarter. And the Friars looking at a 7-point lead.
Yeah, Bonner and Prendie, they've settled in, Nick. They're starting to get more efficient, playing their style of ball right now and knocking down some outside shots, which always helps as well.
2:20 to go in the third.
They've started to dictate the pace. Penn dictated the pace in the first half, in the beginning of this quarter. But the last, 4 or 5 minutes, it's been dictated by Bonner Prendie.
Webb misses the bunny underneath. It was contested, but a nice find by Ramirez to get him the basketball. But the Friars come up with another stop, trying to add on to the 7-point lead. Francis.
Hands. Got hands
foul,
on.
I believe, by Riley Garlick.
It's going to be 1 or 2 shots.
So we talked about the bonus, and now after, as Pat mentioned, this whistle going to send him to the line, and him being Corey Francis. 13 points for the 6'3 sophomore from Bonner Prendie. And As again, just trying to get situated at the line. So 2 free throws coming up. The first one off the mark. Again, free throws have been a struggle for both teams in the second half. Jabir Johnson will come in for William Penn.
You know, Nick, that's the Sister Mary Ellen Arena home court advantage that we had here at St. Elizabeth, all right?
Shooting down that side. And again, another missed free throw, an empty trip.
Oh.
Ramirez Velez trying to elevate good defense, and it's going to be a tie-up with the hands on it by either Corey Francis or Quell Jackson, and the possession arrow pointing in the way of Bonner Prendie.
Yeah, they did a good job there because that was a good move to get into the lane, and can't let him finish after they cross a teammate up. You got to protect the rim. Don't
want to end up on the highlight.
That's correct. That's correct.
Carroll hands back off to Jackson. A minute and a half to go in the third. They find Francis down deep, blocked by Webb over the top.
They're out and running.
Ramirez makes the extra pass in the corner. He'll get it back. Whitaker driving, fading away. Shot is short. Jabir Johnson battling, can't hang on to it, and now here come the Friars.
Don't fade away. Go in there and finish. They had a 3-on-1, Nick. They just couldn't see it. Kicked it in the corner, and a good hustle by the Friars to get back, but Penn missed opportunity in transition right there.
Francis will hold it as the Friars slowing things down. Kick to the corner. Cam Jackson got it.
He's hot. He's hot, Nick.
Another one. Lead to double digits. It's at 10 as we wind down the third. A whistle and a timeout. William Penn. As the Friars have found that shooting stroke here in the third. And what a job by Cam Jackson here in the quarter.
Unbelievable there. And they've settled in. And, you know, Penn hasn't been able to find it on the offensive side of the floor. Bonner Prendie's been able to get hot. It's going to be tough to win ball games with only 27 points through 3 quarters. It's just going to be tough. And give Bonner Prendie the credit, man. They've knocked down shots when they needed to.
We were tied at 21 heading into the third quarter. It's been a 16-6 run into the third for Bonner Prendie. And again, a lot of time left in this one, a whole fourth to play, but don't go anywhere because coming up, capping us off there a little bit later on in the night, our last matchup, DeMatha Catholic, 15th ranked team in the nation, will take on the Howard Wildcats here in Game 3 at the St. E Center.
It's a heck of a draw for Howard, man. Imagine that. Hey, you're going to be playing a top 20 team in the country.
Howard will be ready for it.
Yes.
Here we go.
Him.
42 seconds to go in the third quarter. Out of the Gary Lumpkin, William Penn timeout. Colonials down by 10.
Can't pick a dribble up there.
And couldn't hang on to it. Too much velo on the pass from Elijah Coates.
Penn got sloppy. They've gotten sloppy here in this third quarter.
And remember, Bonner Prendie in the double bonus. As we tick down 25 seconds. Third quarter has belonged to the Friars.
Calling for a screen here. Francis wants a pick. Oh, he's going to give it off.
Here's Cam Jackson. He's had the hot hand as of late. 8 seconds to work with for Cam Jackson.
Nice.
Francis off a screen. Lets the defender go by. Drives baseline. Sets it up for Tyseer Jackson. And that's exactly what you wanted, Pat, as a coach, but they couldn't get the clean look executed.
That was. They did a good job getting in their set. Oh, man, they didn't know how much time was left.
And didn't get the shot off. Again, on a heads-up play by the Colonials. But they'll regroup here out of the timeout. We're through 3 quarters in Game 2 of the D1 Showcase, 37-27. A big quarter for Bonner Prendie. They outscore William Penn 16-6 to take a double-digit lead into the fourth. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter live on Delaware Live Sports.
Signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life. Wraps.
On to the fourth quarter here at the St. East Center in Wilmington, Delaware. Nick Alessandrini alongside Pat Garianis, Nick Halliday, and Hollywood here on behalf of the crew at Delaware Live Sports. It's Bonner Prendie and William Penn heading to the fourth quarter, game 2 of the D1 Showcase here in Wilmington. 7 fantastic games being brought to you here on the network this weekend. Coming up a little bit later on will be DeMatha Catholic and Howard, and then tomorrow 4 games coming at you. Again, you can check out all of this on social media, the D1 Showcase on Instagram for schedule, times, teams, you name it. 8 minutes on the clock here in the fourth. Pat, double-digit lead for Bonner Prendie, who outscored William Penn by 10 there in the quarter. That's the difference heading into the fourth.
It was the difference in the first game, right? Eagle Academy was able to knock down some outside shots to separate themselves out in what was a tightly contested defensive battle, and it's the same thing here. I mean, this was a defensive battle in the first half. Bonner Prendie was able to knock down some outside threes in that third quarter and extend their lead out to 10. Now, let's see them execute on offense and maintain this lead and shorten the game up.
Jackson going to get called for the whistle, drag that foot on the dribble drive down the lane. So a turnover for the Friars to start the quarter. Just 6 points offensively for William Penn in the third.
Yeah, they struggled to fill it up. They weren't getting the clean looks that they were getting in the first half. They missed some free throws, missed some easy layups.
Here's Ramirez Velez, his 3, short off the front end of the rim. Webb battling for it. Almost stepped on the line, but instead might throw it away. A turnover for William Penn, but good hustle. And the Friars will take over 30 seconds in.
Yeah, Webb's, talk about a jumpy athlete. I mean, he's skied for that rebound, man.
Tying the shoe is Cam Jackson before he does the inbound. Just 4 players on the score sheet for Bonner Prendie and William Penn on each squad. As Carroll turns around, jumper goes, Jakeem Carroll.
Great footwork by Carroll right there. Beautiful footwork, good balance, and knocked it in, and now here's a steal, Nick.
The other way, the left-hand layup, no good for Jackson. Would have been a nice 30 seconds, and they're going to get him for the unintentional whistle in the backyard. I don't know if he meant to reach in or maybe just got him with the body, but a foul nonetheless. It'll be our first of the quarter, first against Bonner Prendie. And now Cam Jackson will check out for the 6'5 junior, Quelly Jackson. So you look down at the stat sheet, and 3 out of the 4 players that have scored points for Bonner Prendie are all sophomores.
Wow.
David Nelson, the only upperclassman, the senior, he's got 10. William Penn down by 12. Friars back in that 2-3 zone here defensively. Riley Garlick. Good defense, they take it away.
Going in there amongst the trees, there ain't nothing in there. The Friars would just be smart here to work some clock, work their offense.
Francis driving, floating, and connecting.
That's a tough shot right there. That's a tough shot by Francis. Good finish.
Lead now to 14, largest lead of the night for Bonner Prendie. And a travel on Webb. And Andy Webb is what got them going early on. He scored the first 11 points for William Penn. Had 16 out of the first 20.
Yeah, they've neutralized them here in the second half. And that's why the scoreboard, reflects what it does right now. Credit to Bonner Prendie.
Absolutely. They've been fantastic here in the second half. Now outscoring William Penn 20-6. Trying to trap Francis. He splits him underhand. Pass down low to Jackson. And what a play there. Could have been a highlight had it been finished off, but would have been a very tough finish for the senior 6'6" Tyseer Jackson. But what a leave it was from Corey Francis.
It was a great leave. And if he goes up strong with that, he kind of cocked it a little bit. That could have been a nice meeting at the rim.
Free throw for Tyseer Jackson. Falls through. And again, Bonner Prendie struggling at the line overall tonight, but able to get one there with Jackson. He'll have another on the way. And able to connect on a pair. First points of the game for the senior Tyseer Jackson. And he becomes the the fifth to put some points on the board. 5:30 to go here. 16-point lead now, the largest for the Friars. Whitaker driving, kicking to Ramirez Velez. Shot blocked by Francis. Ramirez gets it back. It leads to a Riley Garlick three, no good. But a third chance for William Penn. Webb has it, shot blocked underneath by Tyseer Jackson. They're going to call a foul, and the whole bench for the Friars is on the floor.
It had to be on the body. It had to be on the body. It looked like he got the ball clean up top, but he might have bumped him on the way up. There's the meeting at the rim. That's what we were looking for today, Nick.
We got it a possession later. And with 5:16 free throws coming up for Andy Webb, he's got 17 to lead the way for the Colonials, but unable to get the front end to go as the free throw struggles continue for both teams.
Yeah, he's been tough. He's kind of lost his cool a little bit. He's got to compose. Still got 5 minutes to go in this game.
A lot of basketball left. Bonner Prendie making the trip down from Pennsylvania.
Drexel Hill
is good.
Drexel Hill. Delco, if I'm not mistaken.
18 for Andy Webb. Francis up ahead. Nice pass and a foul underneath as Quelly Jackson was hammered on his way up.
It's a good strong take. Yeah, it's good ball movement, and right now they're executing. Bonner Prendie is really executing very well offensively here in the second half. I've been impressed with what they've done.
Unable to get it to go from the line. I think there's one thing you could point out for Bonner Prendie is coach might have him shoot some free throws in practice, but other than that, they've been great tonight as that one doesn't go either. Tipped away, and nice speed being shown there by Nyshawn Felton, the junior, in for the first time. Webb down the paint. Second chance here for Riley Garlick. He gets it up and through. Strong finish.
Good work by the youngster.
Timeout on the floor.
Bonner Prendie, they're going to settle in, right? Don't turn this into a track meet. Let's settle down. You're up, we're up 13. No need to rush, no need to panic. Don't get all sped up right now because the Colonials are going to start coming and bringing that energy again, it looks like. Trying to flip the script.
Under 5 minutes to play here in Game 2 of the D1 Showcase. Again, we thank you all for tuning in to Delaware Live Sports, your exclusive home for all the action on the Showcase this weekend. We're going to round it out here after this one with Game 3 between DeMatha Catholic from Maryland and Howard here from in here in Wilmington. And then tomorrow, 4 games on the slate as we will be back with you for all of the action. It gets underway at 1 o'clock at Salesianum High School on Broome Street with Sanford versus Friends Central. A chance to check out Delaware commit Jaden Taylor. And then in Game 2, 2:45 p.m. scheduled tip-off between St. Andrews and Sally's. So we'll get to see Elijah Proctor, Darnell Lloyd, and the St. Andrews Saints again tomorrow, and they'll take on Salesianum. Again, a team that has been to the state championship now 3 straight years and winning the championship 2 years ago. At 4:30, it'll be Eagle Academy versus DeMatha. 2 teams we'll get to see today. And then rounding it out tomorrow in Game 4, St. Elizabeth versus St. Francis over on Broome Street. Back underway here in the fourth quarter, under 5 to go, 13-point lead for the Friars from Bonner Prendie over the local William Penn Colonials.
We carried. Look, good defense right here.
The steal, Riley Garlick on the way up, draws the foul. We talked about the tenacity on which Riley Garlick plays defense. He's been phenomenal on that end of the floor tonight, and now we're seeing that turn into a little bit of offense here as of late.
Yeah, and they kind of need it. They kind of, again, the Friars dictated a lot of the pace here in the second half. When the Colonials were able to have success in the first half, they were able to play at their own speed.
No
Speed
shooting
the
foul,
Friars
looks
up.
like, Pat. Yeah, there you go. Jabir Johnson turns, baby hook won't go. Garlick with the offensive rebound, hits the deck, but lost the ball on the way down, I thought, but no, they're going to get him for the travel. And Coach Lumpkin not agreeing with the call.
Yeah, I'm impressed with this young man, Riley Garlick. The energy's there. Already got some good size as a freshman.
He does have good size for sure. Again, 3 freshmen in the starting lineup for William Penn, and how about all the sophomores in the starting lineup for the Friars as well?
Yes, yeah, they're young as well.
Approaching the halfway point through quarter number 4. Largest lead, I believe, was at 16 moments ago, now to 13. Francis over to Cam Jackson as we hit the 4-minute mark.
Good defense, good offense here. And the Friars just kind of slowing it down.
Wanting the
Good
5-second
defense.
call, instead stolen by Riley Garlick, who has to get rid of it and is able to save it. What a play. And then a travel as Felton just got right past half court. They turn it back over. Looking at the roster that we have in front of us for the Colonials, they have just 8 guys listed.
Yeah.
I mean, that is tough, again, for a team that was in, state championship years ago under Gary Lumpkin, a team that's been competitive in the playoffs, it seems like each year, and only 8 guys on the roster here in 24-25.
It's a young team, man.
Very young. Timeout. Bonner Prendie with 3:22 to go. Lead still at 13, 43-30. And what's been a fun matchup, an energetic and entertaining matchup between these two programs.
That it has, oh, man, I'm getting a Charlie horse next. Sorry about that. But, yeah, I mean,
hey, but we got to power through just like, the
truth,
players on
man.
the floor.
That's right, man. That's right. Give me, get the roller out. Tap the head.
The muscle gun.
Yeah.
Some other big news. Oh, go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to bring up something completely off topic, so we'll go with what you were going to say. That was probably more aligned with what we should be talking about.
No, I mean, that's just, I think that, the pace of play here going back and forth has been great. The Friars have just done a really good job of controlling it here in the second half, and that's why they've been able to take this game over.
3:18 to go here in this one. Cam Jackson will get a whistle for the extra step.
Got a little too ahead of himself right there. Penn, I mean, they're a couple of outside shots away from making this thing interesting. Let's see if they're able to get some quick open looks from the perimeter.
Well, that would be trying to get it to number 2. He's their hot three-point shooter on the year, or their best beyond the arc shooter.
And this is not the way. And this is you can see Bonner Prendie settling into a zone, going to make the Colonials work some clock, earn some points. Nothing quick.
Jabir Johnson, what a quick reflex by Tasir Jackson to send that one back. He got that hand up quick, looking like Theo Ratliff.
Theo Ratliff. What a call by you, my friend.
2:19 and ticking.
He was one of my favorites.
I liked him too. Nelson in the corner, 1 and 3. William Penn the other direction. And once again, have to pull it out. And you talked about it, wasting a lot of time trying to solve this zone puzzle. Riley Garlick getting inside. The English wouldn't get it to fall through.
Good take, just couldn't finish.
And now under 2 to play. Again, if you're just joining us, no shot clock in the state of Delaware if you're an outside of state viewer. Francis showing off the handles. Here comes the double team. Again, Prendie just trying to run some clock. Anticipating a whistle coming up soon. Otherwise, Bonner Prendie may just toss this thing around the yard, and there is that whistle.
Still got 2 more fouls to give, or 1 more foul to give. 2 more before shots.
Timeout on the floor. 43-30. As Bonner Prendie has outscored William Penn 22-9 here in the second half. As we were locked up at 21 apiece as the two teams went to the break.
Yeah, you know, we got a good one coming up after this, Nick.
That's right, Pat. And going to be joined by Nick Halliday on the broadcast for game number 3, featuring DeMatha and Howard.
Got a lot of talent on that DeMatha team. You know, looked like there was a couple of D1 commits.
Chance to see Ace Weeks. And
yeah, special stuff right there, man.
That's right.
We'll see what Howard brings to the table. I mean, this is quite the challenge for them.
And you talk about Howard kind of like in the same way we talk about William Penn, right? The energy will be there. They're going to be 100%
yes
to start the game. They'll be running. It'll be like a track meet type, you know, great defensively all over you.
Well, and they're going to need it. I mean, they're going to need.
Yes, they will.
They're going to need to bring the energy, you know, against a national program like DeMatha. You got to find a way to compete and differentiate yourself, and maintain.
1:19 to go here in game number 2 as the Friars are on their way to victory. And that one tipped and stolen. It's Felton who's going to get whistled. And
intentional, so 2 shots on the ball.
There you go. Would have been continuation in the NBA.
2 shots and the ball here.
And again, Friars looking a little bit confused on that one, but it's the right call, I believe. And you just got to, you know, just let them go. You're up by 13. Just give them the layup. Teaching moment here for the Friars. And now another whistle.
No, they're going to let it. It's an intentional foul. So, like, there doesn't need to be anyone lined up.
Yep.
Colonials are going to get the basketball after these free throws.
It'll be Nashawn Felton at the free throw line, and he's on the score sheet as he knocks it down. His first points of the contest. Able to knock it down. So the Colonials will inbound here after the intentional foul. Riley Garlick, physical through contact, couldn't get it to fall through. Tough shot, and now he's battling for it. Last touched by William Penn.
One thing that you noticed here from William Penn is they're going to be a high motor team, and within the state of Delaware, they're going to cause some teams fits. There's no doubt about that. You talked about their lone game coming into this one, Nick, was against Dover, who we are highly touting as
defending state champs.
They're the defending state champs, but they're back again.
Absolutely.
With a different roster, but they're good yet again. It was a 7-point loss, so they competed.
Ramirez finally gets a clean look from 3. Couldn't get it to fall, though. And the Friars have the loose ball and the rebound with 38 seconds to play.
And the Friars should just slow this one down. Don't get sped up. This is a good timeout. And from the game point, it's a good timeout. You know, for the sake of scheduling, you know, it is getting late. But with another game left,
That's right.
But
You're
yeah,
absolutely
it's,
right.
it's an 11-point game. You want to call a timeout here. Get your young ball handlers settled down, out of a timeout, ready to go.
43-32, an 11-point game with 30 seconds, as Pat mentioned. Get you some of the stats here. Leading the way for Bonner Prendie, it was the sophomore, Corey Francis, 15 points for him. And then it was Devin Nelson, the senior, adding 10. Cam Jackson, another sophomore, adding 11. Jakeem Carroll, a sophomore, adding 5. And then Tyseer Jackson, the other senior, adding a field goal. For William Penn, it was the Andy Webb show in the first half. He leads the team with 18 points. Ramirez with 7, Riley Garlick with 3. And then 2 chipped in from Aaron Whitaker and Nashawn Felton. So DeMatha anxiously awaiting their opportunity to get warmed up, and you can just already see, looking at them, the size differential kind of them compared to some of these other teams that we've seen around the state and in some of these tournaments. They are looking ready to rock the rims. And Howard going to be a hopefully formidable foe for the 15th ranked team in the nation. And here we go, 33 seconds. They get the inbound into Cam Jackson.
He stepped out of bounds. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Exactly 30 seconds to play after the turnover. Nashawn Felton inbound for William Penn. Here's Webb. Webb, he wants 20, got it tipped away, blocked by Tyseer Jackson. He's had a few of those today. I call him the mini Theo Ratliff. And there he goes again, 11-point lead still. Francis hits the deck. A tie-up is going to give the ball back to William Penn, but with just 14 seconds to go, the Friars are on their way, or I guess I should say for Bonner Prendie, on the road to victory.
Jackson, he's really helped them close this game out down the stretch.
10 seconds. Ramirez maybe to add 3 at the end. Can't do it. Corey Francis with a rebound. Riley Garlick still battling. Gotta love the effort from the freshman. And a whistle as Francis got poked in the eye on that last tie-up. Trying to shake that off here in the last few minutes. And that'll do it here in Game 2 of the D1 Showcase as Bonner Prendie makes the trip down from Pennsylvania. And they get the win, 43-32 over a tough and talented William Penn team. And a fun matchup here, Pat.
Was. They impressed in the second half, really took over the game, controlled the pace of play, knocked down some outside shots, and that was the difference. Their defense was great throughout the game, really making it tough for William Penn.
Double-digit victory for the Friars, who were led by Corey Francis. He had 15, Nelson with 10, Cam Jackson 11, Jakeem Carroll 5, and Tyseer Jackson 2, but added about 5 blocks defensively. For William Penn, it was Andy Webb leading the way with 18 points. Ramirez Velez added 7, Riley Garlick with 3, and then 2 for Felton and Whitaker. But it wasn't enough as the Friars come down and get the victory in game number 2 of the D1 Showcase. Well, we'll see you on a new link for the nightcap, the final game of day number 1. It's going to be DeMatha Catholic, the 15th ranked team in the nation, taking on the Howard Wildcats from right here in Wilmington. It's the D1 Showcase exclusively on Delaware Live Sports. We'll be back.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go,